Your minimum payment went up last month. You did not add a single new charge. The balance barely moved. But the bank collected $38 more from you. And it's completely legal. Most people assume their credit card rate is locked in. It is not. There is one number, one you have probably never heard of, that your bank uses to raise your rate without ever sending you a warning. That number is called a prime rate. It sounds like something only bankers care about, but it quietly sets the floor for almost every credit card, car loan, and line of credit in the country. Think of it like a wholesale warehouse that only banks can shop at. The Fed sets the price banks pay to borrow money from each other. Banks take that price at a markup and lend it to you as a credit card or loan. That markup is your interest rate. Here is the exact chain. The Fed sets its rate. Banks add 3 percentage points to get the prime rate. Your credit card company adds another 10 to 18 points on top of that. By the time it reaches you, a 5.5% Fed rate becomes a 24% credit card bill. In 2020, the prime rate was 3.25%, the lowest it had been in decades. By mid-2023, it had climbed to 8.5%. That 5.25-point jump landed directly on every variable rate card in America. Your credit card statement has 2 letters buried somewhere in the fine print. VR, variable rate. That means your rate is not fixed. It moves every time the prime rate moves, automatically, no notification required. Real example, you had $5,000 on your card in 2021. Your APR was 19%, about $950 a year in interest. 2 years later, same balance, same card. APR is now 24%. That is $1,200 a year. You're paying $250 more, and you did nothing different. Here is what most people do next. They blame themselves. They think they overspent somewhere. They never realized the rate changed, and that change came from Washington, not from their wallet. Mistake 1. Only watching your minimum payment. The minimum creeps up $12. You shrug and pay it. But underneath that, your APR climbed 4 points and the bank is collecting hundreds of extra dollars from you over the course of the year. Mistake 2. Thinking all your debt works the same way. Your mortgage might be fixed, locked in for 30 years. Your credit card almost certainly is not. Your car loan might be somewhere in the middle. They are not the same. Mistake 3. Waiting for rates to fall on their own. Every month you carry a balance at a high variable rate. The bank profits from something outside your control. Rates will come back down, but that could be another 2 years. Here is what $5,000 in debt costs you at different rates. At 19%, $950 a year. At 24%, $1,200. At 27%, $1,350. A 5-point difference in rate costs you $400 extra every single year on the exact same balance with no new spending. And it is not just credit cards. Home equity lines of credit are almost always variable rate. Some personal loans are too. If any debt in your name says variable rate, the prime rate is setting that bill right now. Step 1. Find out if your card is variable or fixed right now. Open your statement or card agreement online. Search for the letters APR. Right next to it, you will see the word variable or fixed. Write that number down. Step 2. If it is variable and you're carrying a balance, look into a balance transfer. Many cards offer 0% APR for 12 to 21 months. That is 0 interest while your current card charges 24%. Step 3. Set a phone reminder every 6 months to check your APR. Takes 30 seconds. The prime rate is not abstract. It is the actual reason your bill went up when you spend the same amount. Once you see that connection, you stop blaming yourself and you start asking the right question: which of my loans are variable and what can I do about it today? Subscribe if this was the kind of thing nobody ever taught you. Every week, we break down the numbers the financial system hopes you never look at.